With just 4 games to go and with Porto slipping up in their most recent fixture, the league is almost won, and we need to only win 2 of our remaining 4 fixtures to retain the title. But today we will be focusing on the cup competitions, the Allianz Cup and the Portuguese Cup, and we have every chance of getting a result in both of those. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to the Road to Glory Part 14 Season 2 here at Benfica. And after another very good season, you can see that we are top of the league still. We have played 30, we have 83 points, and we are 8 points clear of Porto. And what that means is that if we win 2 of our remaining 4 fixtures, then we will retain the title that we won so easily last year. But before we go into a very, very busy summer transfer window, I think, we do have to focus on the cup competitions today, and we will be playing first against Casapia, and we do hold a 4-1 lead over Casapia from the first leg, so I'm hoping that it should be a stroll in the park today in order to get to the final of the Portuguese Cup. We will probably be playing against Sporting in the final. And following that, we will be playing in the final of the Allianz Cup against Braga, and we have every chance of getting a result in both of these games today. So I'm hoping that we'll have 1 final and 1 trophy in the bag before the end of the episode. But just before we go into all of that, if you are brand new to the channel and you like FM content and you love to see people suffer playing this game, well, I'm going to suffer in the summer transfer window for sure, as you will see shortly. Then why not? Subscribe, like, watch and comment, help the channel to grow and help us to support the very good cause that you can see scrolling above. And I do apologize with regard to the mix-up with regard to the channel memberships, but there is a way out of it, and although I have scaled down both the channel icon and channel legends, if you join the Facebook group, we will be making it up to you within that group, and more news is available when you join that group. Channel memberships are becoming more and more important and are driving the YouTube algorithm to get videos out to new viewers. They are also important from my perspective. They give me the motivation to keep going, to keep trying to achieve what I'm trying to achieve. And you can join the channel as a favoured personnel for less than £1 a month, and it would help the channel so much and motivate me so much to keep going, to keep trying to make a difference. Thank you so much to the 3 people who have already become channel members. And so with that now out of the way, let's go and have a look at what's happened on the pitch since you were last with us. And when you were last with us, you saw us have that 4-1 cup semi-final first leg victory against Casapia, and then you saw we beat Estoril Praia by 5 goals to 1. We followed that then with a 1-0 home victory against Rio Ave, and then a 2-0 away victory at Gil Vicente. We then beat Boa Vista by 3 goals to 0, and suddenly after that, goals began to flow. Against Mafra, we beat them but home by 6 goals to 2, and more recently, we went away to Famalicão, and we beat them away by 7 goals to 3. And there have been 13 goals scored by us in the last 2 games, but we have conceded 5 as well, which is a little bit of a red flag. But today we are moving away from the league. There are just 4 games left in the league. Winning 2 of those 4 fixtures will mean we are crowned champions. I feel very optimistic that we are going to achieve that. And today we will be focusing on the cup. We are going to be playing first against Casapia in the second leg of the semi-final of the Portuguese Cup. We hold a 4-1 lead, and we will be playing a very rotated reserve team, and I'm pretty sure we will hold on to that and we will manage to progress to the final. And then we will be in the final of the Allianz Cup against Braga, and it's 50-50. It could go either way, but we are optimistic that we will win our first trophy today. In terms of the injury crisis that we have been through, we are recovering. We still have 3 players out. We have Facundo Torres still out. He's going to be out for about 2 to 3 weeks. Andre Gomez is the latest to get injured. He's going to be out for about another week. And David Neres, he's going to be out for between 2 and 4 weeks. And so he's not likely to be back until probably the last game of the season. And probably his season is now over if other players remain fit. And in terms of the summer transfer window that is due to happen, we are going to have some serious problems. We have a number of players who want to leave again. We know that Morato wants to leave and he's wanted by Inter Milan. He has a transfer value of 21 million to 26 million, and I don't think we're going to be able to hold on to him. Melvin Bard, I think he wants to leave at left back. Luciano Rodriguez is also wanted, but I'm going to try my best to hold on to him. Facundo Torres, he wants to go. There is no way we are going to keep him during this summer window. Andre Gomez is also wanted. We probably will be offering him a new contract in an attempt to try and keep him. Ez Abde also wants to leave. He is probably going to leave the club this season. And Jean-Peter Haig, he is also wanted. And although they have really decent transfer values, losing all these key players again is going to make life very, very difficult. I think what we will do in the summer transfer window is we'll wait for them to leave and then just try and replace them with the money that comes in. So if a left winger leaves, then we will buy a left winger, and so on. And we'll see where we are at the end of the summer. But for now, it's time to just focus on the football. And let's go and play in the semi-final second leg of the Portuguese Cup. Let's go and get to the final. Let's go and kick some balls. So the team for the day against Casapia in the second leg of the semi-final of the Portuguese Cup is Grbic in goal, with Injai, Sá, Fernandes and Ivanov at the back. Fernandes and Neves and Huig in midfield, with Ezabde, Sanramat and Perkins playing up front. Perkins has been in exceptionally good form of late. He has scored 6 goals in his last 3 games. I'm hoping that that will continue and that he will continue to do very, very well and score lots of goals today. And yeah, I think we need to show everyone that their recent praise is justified. And because it's a rotated team, I need to say, I have faith in you. Let's get out there, let's kick some balls, let's get to the final. And the other semi-final, as you can see, is Sporting CP versus Rio Ave. It would be nice if Rio Ave could win that one, but it's more likely that Sporting will get through. We have a 4-1 lead here in this semi-final. It should be quite straightforward to get through to the final, but nothing is straightforward in this game in football. We do have a chance, and João Neves has put us 1-0 up. It's increased it to 5-1. It does now mean that Casapia have to score on 5 occasions to beat us. Can they do that? I very much doubt it. Even if it's FM, I don't think that Casapia from the league below us are going to score 5 goals without reply now. It is Benfica 1, Casapia 0. We are in very, very good form at the moment. Casapia are already very tired. There's been a lot of fixtures of late, and we have a rotated team. We are going to be much fitter, much stronger than them. And here is Sá. Sá finds Gedson. Haig is on the ball now. Haig finds Gedson inside. He looks like a natural fit, Gedson, to that DLP role, and probably will be playing a lot of football there next season. Here's Ivanov with a poor pass, but it finds Gedson. Ivanov finds Gedson again. He's roaming all over the place, but we have been robbed, and we do have to be wary of the counter-attack. They are going to probably score a goal or 2 today. There's a ball into the box. They do have a chance. They've hit the post, and we will come away with it, but the flag has gone up and it is offside, and that's something that we need to be wary of. We can't allow them to just maraud over us, and it's possible that I will make changes in the second half. They are starting to come at us in this game. We should be good enough to beat them. Here is Huig. Huig finds Gedson. Gedson's having a lovely game at the base of that midfield there. And here's Ivanov. Ivanov into Perkins. Perkins has a chance, but he's put it wide. That should have been 2-0. I'm a little disappointed by Perkins there. He's been in such good form. What can I say to them? I think, I'm going to say I'm happy how we've dominated possession. We need to just continue with that. They're a tired team now, and we just need to continue doing what we're doing, and we'll beat them. But if we lose focus, then we could let them back into this game. However, I do not see them scoring 5 goals and coming from behind to beat us 6-5. I can't see that happening. Here's Sanramat. First time we've seen him on the ball. And he finds Perkins. Perkins, Abde. Abde looking for Ivanov down the left. We need bodies in the box. We need to be getting into the box quicker. Abde, he looks behind, finds Perkins again. Perkins, who's roaming all over the place. And he drives into the box. It comes out to Gedson. Gedson to João Neves, who's playing quite well today. Here's Injai. Injai to Sarr. Sarr. And I think that was a foul. Are they going to get a red card? It looks like they are going to go down to 10 men. And I think that's probably it now. I think that he cannot possibly come back from this with 10 men. And I'm not going to do anything other than continue what we're doing, and we should be able to prize them open now. Here's Fernandez. Fernandez with the ball over the top, looking for Perkins. Perkins whips in across to the far post. It's a drive and it goes over the crossbar. We need to be a little bit more clinical, and I'm just looking at who's not playing very well. Huig is not having the greatest of games, and possibly time to make a change in that department. But Neves fires in a free kick. It's all the way over to Andre Fernandez at the back post. It remains Benfica 1, Casapia 0. This is enough to get us to the final. And they are looking very, very tired now. And we are looking still fresh, still able to go forward. There are players I need to rest now, with Braga in mind coming up in a few days' time. And so after this highlight, we will make a few changes, and we will then hopefully just consolidate the game and move into the final. I'm not quite sure what the result is in the other game, and I'm not quite sure. I think Sporting won the other tie, their first leg, quite easily, so it's more likely to be Sporting that we play, and I think that that's a penalty. And we'll take goals today any way we can get them. 2-0 will be good enough for me. And is it a penalty? The penalty is awarded. Injai was brought down in the box, and so we have a chance to make it 2-0. And it is going to be Azabde over the ball, and he drives it into the corner. It's Benfica 2, Casapia 0. This was always going to be relatively comfortable for us, and that's showing in the scoreline. I think now it's time for me to go and make some changes to rest some players with Braga in mind, and so I think it's time to go and do that. And so we have made 4 changes. We have brought on Eza Abde in the left wing position. Veloso will play instead of Sanramat in the shadow striker position, and Sanramat will move to advance forward. And then finally we've brought on Samu in order to rest Gedson Fernandez. And so that's it really. Those are the changes that I plan to make. And it is still at the moment Benfica 2, Casapia 0. And it's time to win this match, to wrap this game up. We haven't had any problems from Casapia. They've hardly been in the game. We've totally dominated it in terms of possession. We've had 76% of the possession. We've created all the chances, and it's going to come to a close now. It's Benfica 2, Casapia 0. You've got to give Casapia credit. They are in a league below us. They play in the same league as our B team. And that's how we win matches. And yes, it's been very, very good. We've beaten them by 6-1 overall on the tie. Sporting CP have won the other one. They've beaten Rio Ave by 2-0 and finished us 2-0 winners. And so we will play Sporting in the final. And so we now have to move on to the final of the Allianz Cup. And we will be playing Braga, and that is an opportunity to get our first trophy in the cabinet this season. So I will go and get the boys ready for that game, and I will see you just before the match. And just before we go to the game, we have renewed the contract of Joaquim Mela. We've renewed him on a 1-year contract. With all those players likely to leave, I felt it was important to offer contracts to the ones who were not looking to leave. And although he's 32, he still is a very good player for us at right back, and I'm happy to have signed that and to have solved one of the problems that we have at right back. And so the team for today, remembering that we have to have 2 under-21s in the team, is Grbic in goal. And we have Rodriguez, Fernandez, Morato and Ivanov at the back. I wonder if Fernandez thought he would be playing in a cup final at the beginning of the season when we found him in one of the lower affiliate clubs. And then we have Samu, Palacios and Haig in midfield, with Abde, Zoles and Perkins up front. This is a game that I think we are capable of winning. It really just depends on whether the players play well, and if we play well, we will win. We do know that they finish very, very slowly, and so we are going to start the game quite slowly, go and win the trophy. We are capable of doing it, and I'm starting in a balanced mentality. I've gone for a low block. We'll start the game slowly, and then as they tire, hopefully we will overcome them in the later stages of the game. We should be very, very fit, and we should be able to make sure that we win this trophy. And Rodriguez has injured himself, and we do probably need to replace him. He can probably play through it. He's not looking all that unfit at the moment, and we'll hopefully get to half-time before we do anything. And at the moment, nothing seems to have happened. It's a fairly even game as we come up to half-time. In a cup final, there has been absolutely 0 highlights, and that is so unusual for a cup final. And we can very much win this match. I'm going to tell them, keep up the hard work. Keep going. You have the ability. Keep going. We can do this. And we have replaced Rodriguez with Injai at the start of the second half. And I'm hoping that all things being equal now, as they begin to tire, we can go out and win this game. And Grbic sends the ball long. And this is a chance. And he has not pressed his man. And boy, oh boy, that was a chance. I thought he was going to take the ball off him. But it's going to be Braga bringing the ball forward. I want to go to a more positive way of playing now. And we're going to switch it up now to our attacking system. And just hopefully we will then, unfortunately though, it is Porto, and what a good save by Grbic. I'm getting a bit confused here. I want to go and make some changes, but we'll wait until this corner is done. It is Braga who are actually doing very well at the start of the second half. We've had the better of the game, but Braga are looking the more likely to score, and we're not pressing them enough. And so I'm going to make some changes, if this is the last highlight, and put more pressure on Braga. And so we have gone back to our old way of playing. We're going to be a lot more positive now. We're going to go to a more positive approach. We are actually dominating the game. We've had all the match momentum, and the lack of highlights worries me, because I worry, is this going to go to penalties? We're not a great penalty taking team. And here's Ivanov at left back. He finds Morato. Morato to Samu. Palacios. He finds Zolis. Now we need to move this ball around a little bit quicker. One of the things we've done is tell them to move the ball around a little bit quicker as Braga tire. And here's Perkins. Can he get the winner for us today? Ivanov finds Morato. Morato to Samu. Samu finds Morato again, and here's Fernandez. Samu sitting at the base of the midfield, having not a bad game, and that was almost through. And Haig is having a poor game on that right flank, and perhaps we need to do something about him, as Braga are looking to attack on the counter-attack. They are through. Mitrovic is into the penalty area, and it's a big game penalty again. How crazy is this? Every time there is a big game, we give away a penalty, and it is another penalty. What is wrong with this? I don't understand this. This has been noticed by other people too. Big game penalties, sending offs, and Mitrovic has put them ahead. They have not really been in this game. I'm going to go attacking now. We've got nothing to lose. I cannot believe this. Another big game penalty, and it just does not make any sense. And every time I'm in a final, we give away a penalty, or indeed not a final. Let's make some changes. And so we have made some changes. I've noticed that Haig is having an absolute shocker out there. And of course I don't have a replacement right winger. And it's going to be Braga again. And have they scored again? Yes, they have made it 2-0. And we are soundly beaten. It's not going to be our day in the Allianz Cup final. I am so unhappy with this Benfica team. Perkins played absolutely outrageously bad. And we've been dreadful finishing wise. We have not controlled possession as well as I wanted to. We've not had the possession. Samu needs to come off. He's going to be replaced by Gedson. And we are not looking like a very good team today. And it's not going to be our day. It's Benfica 0, Braga 2. We have lost the Allianz Cup final. It's not going to be, but I'll settle for the Cup final and the double with the... I don't want to see this. I can't believe big game penalties again actually have made the difference. And I'm disappointed. I'll have to tell them that I am very, very disappointed. And that's the way it goes, though. Sometimes we have lost in the final. We're not good enough. And for a team that should have won that, we were just simply not good enough on the day. And that's a blip on what has been happening this month. We now have to go back to focusing on what is going on in the league. We need to win 2 of our remaining league games, but we will come back for the game against probably Firenze, because that, I think, is probably where we will win the title. And then in the next episode we'll round it off with the Portuguese Cup final against Sporting. I'm not too optimistic we'll win the Portuguese Cup final, because Sporting are closing the gap on us, and we are not performing extremely well at the moment. We are not going to win the title next year, and we're certainly going to go on a downward spiral. And that's it for this episode. If you are new to the channel, why not subscribe, like, watch and comment, help the channel to grow, help us to support the very good stuff that you can see scrolling above. And it's a shame we didn't win the final. I was hoping to come away with a trophy today. We didn't, and I'm very, very disappointed. Don't forget, memberships are available, and all that remains to be said now is we'll see you in the next episode.